reviewing my trade, and it was a break even, but with the spread, it was actually on paper a loss. So it was a bit of a psychological issue, and I'm gonna go over that later. But yeah, so coming into the day, I was bullish. Let me just put up a picture. I'm just gonna actually switch to it. So coming into the day, I was bullish because we had all these resting low liquidity highs above us, and we had all these bullish PDRAs we had tapped into, and so I was okay whether we were just to rip off start and then we could catch maybe a 1 minute continuation up to these highs or something in here, or we would manipulate down, take London lows, and then move higher. So that's what ended up playing out. Let me just scroll down a little more. Yeah, so we actually ended up. That's not even my trade. I'll just go on here. So we ended up off open. We moved to the downside to London lows, and we actually had no up close candles within this whole run down. So that meant that there's no change to stay within this area because this would have been like a great area for an entry right here. But then, so as you might know, I like to use two of my three confluences for entering. I either need a change of state, inverse fair value gap, or a fair value gap. So I need two of those. And what happened here was the change of state level was all the way up here. So I wouldn't get to enter here, and then you only got you got like 80 points left, but also not a great entry that. And so I saw this inverse fair value gap, so I was waiting for a pullback into sort of this range. That actually never happened. It doesn't show on here, but it actually did happen. On here it shows, right? It This news candle 9:45 it wicked down into here, and so I literally was hovering this over, ready to enter, and so news wicked into this, and I was like hesitating because I was like, okay, this is news. Do I want to enter? Do I not want to enter? And so I ended up getting filled a little higher, right up here, which wasn't ideal. And then I was like, right as soon as I entered, I was like, oh shit, should I actually keep it on? Does this break my rules? Will I be upset if I lose this? Because the way I determine is like, once this trade is done, the next day, will I regret this trade? Will I look back and be like, man, I shouldn't have done that? So here, that's kind of what I was doubting. I could have had better judgment, but yeah. So I entered here off this wick into the fair value gap. Got a little bit of a bad entry, but that's okay. And I exited while we are in a little bit of drawdown, and so I just put my TP at break even. But I don't know, it must have filled me a little bit down here. So yeah, that's kind of what happened today. I'll just go over some of the information that I journaled. Um, also, if you want to, this is a template I use, so it's pretty good. It's on Notion. So if you want to do that for yourself, I find it really good to just journal your trades because you get a lot of data out of it. I haven't been doing it for too long, just since April, but I've been doing it consistently since like May. Yeah, obviously it's a Monday. I was trading NQ New York session. I counted this as break even though on the eval we lost 200, around 200. So that's that. Yeah, it was longs. Oh, here we go. So back to here again. The reason I was even more bullish is because ES was a lot higher than NQ. So then when NQ took these lows, ES still hadn't. So this is, in my mind, a perfect setup. If we had just had this, it would have been even more A plus. So yeah, we had SMT, we had the inverse fair value gap, change of state up here, which is actually where I entered kind of, and we had the 1 minute fair value gap, and then all these resting highs, all these resting previous session highs right here. So one thing I think I did well here was I risked heavier because I've been on this eval for about a month now because this is my first ever funded account. I've been trading for a year, and I'm like, I don't want to buy a funded account until I'm profitable because it's just not going to go well and it's going to mess with my psychology. So on this funded account, I was like, okay, I know you should risk heavier, but for my first one, I'm going to take it slow. So it's kind of been up and down. I'm pretty much just break even. So in this last week, I recently just rebuild it. So it's now my second month on the eval, and it's gonna. So I decided to risk heavier. I'm gonna risk like 50% of my drawdown so I can pass it as soon as I can, and then just get to the actual place where I can get a payout. So I followed my plan. I risked heavier, but what I didn't do well was by risking heavier, I kind of put more pressure on myself and I hesitated, leading to me exiting the trade and drawdown even though I saw my setup. Yeah, I endured 11 points of drawdown. Yeah, that's it. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we have. Hold on. Yeah, tomorrow and Wednesday is Powell speaking. I actually got an exam tomorrow, so I can't trade this. So that's actually good. Thursday looks good. Oh, I got work that day. Fuck. Friday looks decent too. So I'm probably not going to be trading Tuesday or Wednesday. And yeah, so that's it for today. Next time I trade, I'll post a recap on that too if I can. So yeah, that's it.